You know what I always find funny, right?
Americans? Oh, he's gone. That's awesome.
People think Pete is this person who just doesn't tolerate anything, but he must be African. Oh my fucking god, we're out of a fucking country.
I'm in love with that. I don't know how that worked, but John, you need to record that and put that into everything we ever do.
That was amazing.
That was my favorite thing ever. John. John, ready? Three, do it. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
People think Pete is this person who just doesn't tolerate anything, but he must be African. Oh my fucking god, we're out of a fucking country.
Okay, I love that you slowed it down because it was sounding very good, but you need to turn up. Maybe it's my headphones. Am I the one who can't hear? Is this where we do the intervention in my hearing aids? Does my hearing go better when I start drinking? I don't know, John. These are all questions that we're going to answer on the Two-Sided Podcast.
How you doing, brother?
I'm just right. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm just right. I am just right.
Oh, look at you. Oh, there you go. It's a fucking chicken thing. We're like in Footloose. You're Kevin Bacon, I'm the farmer, and we're driving tractors at each other. And like the shoes get stuck and who goes first? Yep. You're gonna go on first. Believe that. I learned that first time in Tractor Chicken, you always stay true to your tractor. First time in an interrogation room, you never speak first. Or on a first date, or on a
job interview.
Any kind of emergency evacuation.
Where are the wounded? Where are the wounded?
Escape room? Nope. You keep everything high and tight, John. I'm playing these cards close to the vest. They'll need me later. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the party. This is, I realize that you're seeing the kitchen, and we'll have to go back and throw that back in. You don't see that.
Oh, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, only the true fans will be able to we'll see that. What are you doing? I'm collecting for Holiday Inn Express. I'm doing a set design for the folks. We're going to fix this in post. 3, 2, 1, and if you're watching this now, if you can see yourself, if you don't know what's happening, you don't like what's happening so far, make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like. And we're almost
give us some love.
Almost there.
Yeah. Speaking of almost there, I think we should get the rest of the way with a little shoddy shot and start the show.
All right, man. All right, I'll play your game. I was so fucking hard on you about you getting your shit right. And then I turned mine, I was like, what? How come I don't have a shirt on? I'm like, what? I almost Jeffrey Tubin'd myself. No. Come on, we're just talking about Zoom fails. We're not talking about. It's not that kind of show. Could be. No, but that's the after hours. That's the Patreon. That's the farmers only.
Hey, there are worse Jeffreys you could have done.
God damn you, John. There are worse, but devil's advocate, there are a lot better ones, and it depends on how you see your Jeffreys. Every Jeffrey had a mother. Every Jeffrey had a best friend. Every Jeffrey had a delicious meal before they died horribly in prison.
Can Jeffrey come out to play?
Jeffrey's already here, John. Jeffrey's already here.
Jeffrey was
Cheers
inside
to you,
of us the
motherfucker.
entire time. Cheers to you, brother.
Boxes, good to see you. Spawn Band,
Cheers to everyone listening. Yeah.
Shots. Yeah, I can't. May I? Well, are we about to start the show?
We're about to start, but you can pontificate, if you will.
Drinkificate, but that sounds like you're shitting after you've been too drunk. That was drinkificated everywhere. I was pontificating. Yeah, I brought my own soapbox. No, sir. You're at the nice place. We have our provided soapbox where everyone gets a turn to get up drunkenly and scream their feelings. Welcome to Stereo.
And we soap them down so you'll fall nicely.
Right? Yeah. Shh. And it's also a bubble party. So everyone's pretty fucked up here. I dare you to try and make an impression. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's my boy from First We Drink. I'm my boy Pete. And you're listening to Two-Sided with two dumb people and even two dumber opinions. Where each week, John L. Peacock challenged me with the two sides of life, the fun and the cereals. And I say that, my friends, is when the real fun begins. Drinking and the regret and all the past issues you brought up. I was not hugged enough. I was hugged too much. Maybe I have a drinking problem. Maybe I have a drinking opportunity. Anyway, tune in. We're about to start the show.
Well, howdy. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm the one who keeps it real, who can't tell no lies if you don't ask no questions, who understands the ebb and the flow, but says, oh no, 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 no. My boy Pete in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the for cereals and the for funsies.
See, and for finalies, you're kind of getting a little more. Because it's for cereals, it's not for serious. Like your serious shit is not serious. Your fun is not fun. Funsies is your personal, like, this is my little gig. Like, God damn, I love putting on pajamas and watching cartoons and like fucking on Friday night with like 17 people in a room. Pretty cool. Like, you're a weirdo? Awesome. That's funsies. That's not fun. That is funsies. This is super serious. You're talking about a super aggressive form of comedy that is the most hilarious form of comedy ever. That's hilarious. You don't understand comedy. Yeah, but we were talking about it in pajamas when we were eating Captain Crunch. I was like, isn't it kind of like different? But now you're getting cereals and fun.
Hey, my boy Pete, how are you feeling in one word?
Pressurized.
Hey, everybody. If you're listening to us live, either on stereo or YouTube, our channel is Two-Sided Podcast. You can take shots with us throughout the show. And if you're not listening live, take shots with us anyway. Might as well. Right on.
Yeah, especially if you're at work, because honestly, work sucks. And I think you could consider this your lunch break and take like 7 or 18 shots and be okay. Be like, this is my lunch break. It's my time. It's not yours. I'm going to come back and look like fine. You understand me? I'm a surgeon. I'm a patriarch. I'm a goddamn Eastern Seaport. Look at me. The view is amazing out here. You can do that. I'm just saying, you have the power.
I just learned that in the old-timey days, whiskey came in rectangle bottles so they could put them in their briefcases to take to work.
Fucking, those were true gentlemen. Like the manufacturers, the drinkers. It was just a time of more sophistication. It's like how we design our houses and our lives. Like our houses smell of rich Corinthian padding and drunken walnuts. We're losing this, aren't we? No. I'm going to be a sports star. I'm going to own a sports bar. Rich Corinthian leather. Man, yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Well, being with me, I think we just need to go right into the first lightning round.
Cool. Let's do the lightning round. I'm ready.
Is he here? Okay. Well, anybody who's anybody knows that our first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
That sounds good. We should start the show soon. Yes.
My boy Pete, have you ever slide into somebody's DMs?
Oh, I know. My week has been going pretty good. Yeah, 2 times this week I slid in just under the radar, and well, this week, I mean, generally 2. Yeah, no, there's no questions being asked. It's just
Ever write something that offended someone?
holy crap. I write things that offend people all the time. Like on a daily basis, bro. Like you're a writer, you're prolific editing writer, right? Like the thought processes, the books, the chapters, the small plays, the little theses. I write just, you know what, man? You're the reason we're all here. I'll leave notes on cards like, this is what happens when you do you.
You're not even on Twitter and you're able to write something offensive every day.
Oh, bro, you don't understand. When you have to walk through a parking lot of this many cars, it's like, how do I smoke around here? And they're like, you have to go to the smoke area. How do I smoke weed around here? Like, they don't do that. I'm like, how do I smoke crack around here? And you're like, you go past the freeway. So I go, it's a long distance, and I all through the parking lot, just slipping notes, just little things I've put together. It's my world. It's my way to reach out to the world and let them know this is how you're failing.
When you said you go past the freeway for smoking crack, it reminded me of one of my philosophies of life. For every overpass, there is an underpass.
Damn straight. And if you haven't smoked crack under that underpass, you have not driven on the overpass, bro. I'll let you know. Every time I'm passing, I'm like, note to self, got to come back here and see what's happening under there. John, you remember we traveled through the Pacific Northwest, and then also when we went to the Southwest, and then when we went to the land of Oz. Shit, that wasn't. I just remember you being there. I miss you most of all, John L. Peacock.
I have a follow-up question, which is, have you ever said something offensive? But come on, it's my boy Pete, so maybe we should just move on.
Yeah, no, 100%. My thing, have I ever said, and this is where, okay, this is something I will say. If we're fucking talking.
Yeah.
There's times when, like, yes, this is offensive. If I'm like someone says something to me, or someone says something to someone, or I'm in a situation, like, oh, I am going to say something offensive. Not offensive, but to exacerbate the situation. To make things a little bit of fucking, we're DEFCON 5 now, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you're an enabler for real.
100%. 100%. Yeah. But at the same time, I never do it now at this point if there's people just like talking and this, and like, dude, I'm so open. People need to talk. People need to have. But if you come aggressive at me, you touch me, you talk to my family, you touch my family, like, and I'm talking poking, I'm talking stepping hard to a fucking member of my family, like, oh no, I'll take my goddamn earrings off. Someone hold my baby. God damn it, this barbecue's over. I'm gonna fight him. I'm taking my heels off. I look all pretty. I'm taking my weave out now. And also, you should probably come to the two-sided barbecues. They're amazing. Fucking amazing.
They're unbelievable.
Really unbelievable.
What does blasphemy mean to you?
Say that one more time.
What does blasphemy mean to you?
Say it with authority, John.
My boy Pete, what does blasphemy mean to you?
No, John, what does blasphemy mean to you? What does blasphemy mean to you? Oh, blasphemy, John? Blasphemy? Blasphemy is talking ill of the things that you should not be talked about. It is the things that shall not be named. Those who are anti-marijuana smoking weeds, how dare you? Honestly, how dare you? That to me sounds like a cannabis conundrum in your head. That's something that you got to get over. And it turns out I know a little fucking crew that can help you get over the cannabis conundrum. Cannabis conundrum.
There you go.
Sorry.
How do you relate to it?
How do I relate to blasphemy?
Yeah.
Truly, no. Like if you're being honest, like I know this is gonna come back to fucking haunt me because you're gonna do this thing where it's like, oh no, talk about these things, and now you're gonna have this other thing. You're gonna ask the same questions, but I'm in a different angle, and I don't see it yet. And I've been in an escape room, and I'm in door one. And I'm like, oh, I'm finding the keys, and it's really fucking. And then all of a sudden, it's like you get to room 3, you're like, all right, you're gonna get through the fun segment and the lightning round. And you have to eat the friends that you've been working with. Like the key has been inside them. You must eat them to find the key. Like, what? I don't want it. Like 5, 4. Like, I gotta win. And I have to eat my friend John. This is what this is feeling like to me. Also, I'm kind of hungry. So, I believe blasphemy, like their definition of blasphemy is about talking bad about. I don't know the definition is if it's God, a God, but I believe it's talking bad about a higher power. Right. So anytime I look in the mirror and I belittle myself, that's blasphemy. I am a God. Look at me. Look how long it took to grow this. All of these things came great knowledge and great power. I blasphemize. I blaspheme. I blaspheme you. Anytime I say things bad about myself. No, but truly, it is. Because if you don't believe in a God, I'm not saying if you're atheist, if you're agnostic, if you or Buddhist or Shaolin or
if you don't have that kind of dogma of the higher being, that kind of dogma, those set rules.
The idea of just way to use one word to collectively say all the things I was saying. God damn it. That's why we need John around. Like, hey, you went on for a paragraph and a half, and you could just said dogma. Like, touche, English major. I am a drunk topic. I will take that into account. But whatever that is to you, if you believe in your fucking bowling league, if you believe in your family barbecues, it's like, I do not miss a car show. This is my crew from my car shows, or this is, I fuck with my lawn. Sundays, I fuck with my lawn. That's my religion. You don't blaspheme around my religion. There's certain things that are hands off, that are blasphemy. Like you talk about my mom's potato, tomato, cheese soup. That's bullshit. I'll hurt somebody. I'll put hands on someone. That's blasphemy. That is one of the pillars of my religion. Mom's potato, tomato, cheese soup.
So how you relate to the term of blasphemy is your mom's potato, tomato, cheese soup.
Trying to break it down to your little sad eyes. I'm telling you, it's whatever you think of. What do you hold true? All right, I do this very well in life. I'm very proud of my lawn, or I'm very good at movies. I'm very good at video games. I know baseball. Or I'm good at playing tennis, or I have a 2 handicap in golf. Whatever your thing you're proud of, whatever you hold dear, to me, that is, and if that happens to be a religion, if it happens to be a higher power, a dogma, but not a dogma, because I think dogma is I think we can make a religion out of anything. And that's part of the book that you can actually get it now for easy 2 payments of $19.95, the two-sidedpod@gmail.com. It's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. How you can make a religion out of a molehill, the man who walked up a mountain, founded a religion, then got bombed.
So, for a quick side note, I remember seeing a great bumper sticker that said, "My karma ran over your dogma." But okay, well, what's the difference between? So you're saying people who talk against that thing that you believe in. What's the difference between someone being altering a different opinion, or maybe even being antagonistic against you? What's the difference between that and blasphemy?
That is because it's the intent. It's the same thing as I believe life is intent. I believe comedy is intent. I believe you live willingly. That's the difference between manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter. John, you see this bracelet I'm fucking wearing on my ankle right now? Involuntary.
Okay. Great. You've answered it. Have you ever feared the possible repercussions of your actions?
John. Us alcoholics have what we call moments of clarity, where you regret everything you've done. If you can remember it, but you usually can't, but you're usually good, so you don't have to look at the journal to figure it out. No, to be honest though, it's easier to go to the funny drunk route, because I'm adorable and drunk, and I do like to put things away, not think about them until I find little notes like, this is what happened on stage, this is why, this was fucking, if I got called to the Senate, was I going to testify or something? It's like, also when this happens, like, what am I doing? Am I spying? Am I alter ego? And is that what my blackouts are? I'm a spy. And I went through 4 months of a spy. What, 6 months more, turns out therapy, I'm just a blackout drinker, back notes. Anyway, all of those things are true. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I said allegedly in the wrong place. Allegedly, all those things. Ha 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 ha. Look bad at the. Anyway, I digress.
Scratch it, reverse it, move on.
Yeah. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, I need a body bag. 100%. Sean. But for realsies, have I regretted anything? I said, yes, I have.
Yeah, the question is, have you ever feared repercussions? Not regret. Feared repercussions.
Yes. 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 There was, yes. At least 3 times. And only one time I was aware of what my actions were going to do. And then I realized, like, oh no. After I'm like, oh no. Oh, no. They know them, and they know. God damn it. Okay, I just opened a whole big fucking can of worms. Okay, fair enough. So, probably 2 times, 3 times, 2 times. No, I fear no evil. I'm like the monkey. I see no evil, I hear no evil. I speak no evil. I love with the banana.
And any specifics we don't need to go into, because obviously all of this is going into the Library of Congress.
No, 100%. And that's why they already know, because the FBI did a whole investigation. It's all redacted. If you can look at it in the Freedom of Information Act, but you'll see the plays. My boy, Pete, oopsie daisies.
And you may or may not get high from all the Sharpie smell, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Also, you know, I have the whole copy. If you write to us at twosidedpod@gmail.com, I will redact it myself and send you a hard copy letter of the file, personally redacted and signed on every letter. John will initial it. I'll send it to him for correcting. He'll put little red marks of brown. It's like, this is ours. This is a plural. This is a possessive pronoun. This is the object. You are the asshole. What is that all about?
Just the grammar man. We got a message, and we're going to jump into our first segment.
Video.
Making fun of a god that doesn't fucking exist. I think blasphemy is a great goddamn time.
Blasphemy. See, I need to find a joke. There's a joke there I can't figure out. It's a alliteration joke. It's the same disaster. Blaspheme. I'll get it. I got to write it down.
Like disaster.
Disaster nearly killed her. Backed right into a propeller of an airplane. First a disaster that nearly killed her. We're going to repair that. She'll find have a butt again.
I was thinking like blasphemy. That's for me.
No, it's too exciting. The thing is, you just have to hide it. I know. You want to lose control, and I think I like it. But come on, tonight is the night we're gonna make it happen. Two-sided. Tonight's the night. Two-sided comes to town. 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tonight's the night we're gonna something. John, fuck yeah! Tonight, something, yeah, get down. Sorry, you were saying?
Tonight's the night we're going to talk about Salman Rushdie.
Oh, yeah, boy. Okay. All right. This is the serious thing, right? Or this is your fun thing?
This is the serious thing. Very much so.
Okay. Because everyone knows about things. Everyone knows this. All of my stuff I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get my jokes out in the beginning. I'm not gonna get my jokes out. I'm gonna let you know where my jokes will lie. This is my purview. I'll find my way across the board, right, John? I know what we should and should not joke about, and I will limp across. But let me tell you where they first lie. Satanic Chronicles
Versus.
Yeah. Also the Book of Narnia. Just saying. Also, fatwas. This is where I first learned what a fatwa was. I didn't understand the implications, and I declared many a fatwa on my sister. So if anyone is out there listening, she lives in Tennessee now, and the contract is still open. It's religious. You'll get it later. Don't blaspheme.
We're going to start from a quote of his. Quote, originality is dangerous. It challenges, questions, overturns assumptions, unsettles moral codes, disrespects sacred cows or other such entities. It can be shocking or ugly, or, to use the catch-all term so beloved of the tabloid press, controversial. And if we believe in liberty, if we want the air we breathe to remain plentiful and breathable, this is the art whose right to exist must not only defend, but celebrate. Art is not entertainment. At its very best, it's a revolution. Salman Rushdie, On Censorship, was the name of his essay, On Censorship.
What year did that come out?
It came out, it was for the New Yorker. I have it later. We'll get to it.
Okay.
It'll come back.
No, because that matters a lot in a lot of different ways. Because I'm a big believer in that, John. I'm a huge believer in that. Because art can be used, it should be used as a point, as a touchstone of where society is and what is happening, and it should not be censored. Whatever that is, the creativity, the free will to speak recklessly in an artful, but if you shut that down, literature, plays, dancing, live sex shows. I know you're trying to get that off your feet in your extra room when you couldn't fucking sublet that. I know they shut you down. That's bullshit. It's because you were serving hot food, Ron. I told you just serve like fucking Ritz and you'd be fine, but you had to get greedy.
I actually had that one still up in my research, and it was May 11th, 2012.
Okay, so 10 years ago.
Yep.
So back when he had lived through his idea, fuck you motherfuckers. I've lived a hard life, but I'm still writing, still alive, still moving around safely. So now I'm like, I got the ability to say some stuff. He always had that. He never was silenced. But
as we'll talk about. Yep.
But this, and like when it happened, like John, this is gonna be great. Like this is super great. Like I'm so glad that I stayed sober for this, so I could really take it all in.
So let's get to the reason why we're talking about him now. Salman Rushdie is a world-acclaimed author of fiction and nonfiction, and is the founding president of PEN America and PEN's World Voices Festival, something we talked about a couple months ago, back in May.
Yep.
Last Friday.
John was a part of the PEN America, Penn State University debacle.
We talked about it. If you want to check that out on one of our previous episodes, PEN America and the World Voices Festival is that episode. So last Friday, as we know, on August 12th, Rushdie was walking up to a podium at the Chautauqua Institution in far western New York State to give a lecture when he was attacked by a young male assailant and stabbed 15 or so times before security was able to subdue the attacker, get immediate triage help for Rushdie, and then fly him via helicopter to a hospital nearby to stabilize him.
Yes. But he wasn't walking up. He was already there because the one of like his 78-year-old interviewer greeted him and has a giant fucking fucked up black eye and a giant cut on his head because he was trying to hold the guy's knees and got slashed in the head. So it was a group effort, but he's alive, bro. And he's making, like, what is that about? Like, come on. Like, I fucking stabbed my little brother once in the womb. Once.
It was with your teeth.
Oh, they weren't there yet. I was holding my hand. Very early on.
So, as you said, he was on a ventilator throughout the weekend, but has since been able to breathe on his own. The ventilator has been taken off. He's coherent and alert and is speaking with authorities.
Yes. No, that's great. Yeah, he's getting better. He got stabbed. Fucking assailant went to court already. Said, "Oh my God, I can't believe he ain't dead."
Yeah.
Also,
I didn't have that in here, but that's a crazy thing. He was like, I'm surprised he survived.
Right. No, he said that, but he also, when he was going to court, because when you get transferred from county to court, they have to put you in a different bus and you sit in a different holding cell. And so he got 2 meals and he got the second meal and he said, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. So he was kind of on rolls, like, I can't believe he's not dead. And the judge is like, we'll continue this. I can't believe this would continue. Like, all right, get back into your cell there. Stab it.
So the full extent of the damage from this barrage of wounds to his abdomen and neck are still unknown. But his agent told the public that he has a severed nerve severing in one of his arms. His liver was punctured and severed nerves in one eye, which he will likely lose. Right.
Right. No, I know. But yeah.
That's the end. That's the end of the. Speaking of the attack, most people know this, but just a reiteration in case people are listening.
Right. No, it's kind of like you want specific, but I feel like you got all of your information like last night or this morning.
So on Saturday, President Joe Biden
turns out,
released.
John, they said they can save the hand, and they injected Martin Short in a small space capsule into his hand and said, Salman Rushdie, Inner Space Part 2. It's going to be his great comeback. Fix those nerves. Fix those nerves.
Oh, I saw that one. It was Get Martin Short, right?
Yeah, it was Get Salman Rushdie.
So Saturday, President Biden released a statement saying that he and the First Lady were shocked and saddened about the vicious attack, and were grateful to the first responders who rushed to Rushdie's side. Quote: Salman Rushdie was with his insight into humanity, with his unmatched sense for story, with his refusal to be intimidated or silenced, stands for essential universal ideals. Biden said, continuing, these are the building blocks of any free and open society.
I'm 100%. That is true. That is 100% true. But the funny part was, if you stop, like, Jill and Joe Biden said, we were so shocked and appalled we both got COVID. Period. That, like, I guess they were pretty upset. They're like, it's like in the old days, you rip your clothes and you rub ash on yourself. Nowadays, you just fucking lick doorposts and get COVID. I don't know. The whole Rushdie thing. Is this like Salman Rushdie week at the universities? John, are we going to talk about that? Where the University of Alabama turned away a trans student in all of sororities? Was it Salman Rushdie week there too, John? Boo. Let's go, Rushdie. Let's go. He's alive. I can make all these jokes. Go ahead.
So Saturday also, the 24-year-old New Jersey native Hadi Matar was charged with second-degree attempted murder and second-degree assault. They waited a day to make sure that Rushdie was stable enough that they didn't have to make a bigger charge on him, right?
No. Anyway, no, because he could die at any time. They bring charges like that all the time.
Yeah.
Weeks later,
things could change.
months later.
This is being recorded on the 18th of August. Right.
Right.
And things could change.
That's the last thing we're talking about of that. Like, no, you're still doing it. Are we talking about his change? Come on, we got the Bidens here. Who else can we talk about? Who else liked him? Did Brad and Brangelina, they talked about him on their flight when he was drunk and like the FBI released those files and he was fucking them up? Is that what happened with Salman Rushdie? He's like, Salman Rushdie said we should be friends. He's like, you ruined his family. And that's when Max came at him and he's like, nah. Is that what happened, Sean?
No, we're
Salman Rushdie in real time.
Now we're going to look at
real life.
Right. And we're going to look at why anyone would feel the need to permanently silence a writer of fiction.
Bro. It's unfortunate because I believe in the arts. I believe in people being able to speak. I believe that. But there are some fictional writers like, yeah, they probably should shut the fuck up. It'd be better for everybody. I don't want my grandma to talk to me anymore about her murder stories. Like, they're super sexual. And to hear my grandma talk about bouncing bosoms, oh, he's just so handsome, the rippling muscles. Like, this is porn on my grandma's nightstand. I mean, active porn. But underneath that, there's also the books. What are you gonna do?
And this grandma is one of many fictional writers Pete's talking about, like Mr. Mistopheles, all the fictional writers, the writers who are fictional themselves, who Pete does not like.
Allegedly. See? And that is how allegedly works better in that context. That if we put it first, it would have worked. John, what is up with the goddamn English language? I don't like it. I don't like how we have to plan it. I don't like how the forethought that needs to go into it. That you need to have a good concept of your sentence before you start talking. That's un-American. I need to just start fucking shooting from the hip and see what comes out. And then, like, let's fucking swell the tide as we get through this goddamn motherfucker together as a people. Because why? We shall overcome, John. And that is American in my bullshit speech.
I do like that the romantic languages start with the subject and then add adjectives to it, like the perro gordo. The dog who's fat and lazy, like they go after. So you get up front what it is, and then we're going to talk about it.
You know what? I'm going to take note of that, and I'm going to make it in my cursing out of people. I'm now going to make it more easy for the Romance languages to interpret, because I'm in Southern California. I want everyone who's coming, who this is not their native land, to understand when I yell at people and yell at you, because I'm trying to go international. I know we have a few people in Mexico. We have a few people in Eastern Europe. We have a few people in Japan or China. Anyway, like, I'm open. But I'm gonna try to do the Lord's work. So I will say, John Peacock, lazy, ginger, stupid, disrespectful. That way, you know my subject, and then all my adjectives follow like a little trail.
So with as you pointed out very quickly, the decades-long fatwa hanging over Rushdie, the attack is still shocking.
Fatwas. Can we, John, I'm sorry, like, I don't believe in a specific fatwa on a specific person. Like, if you're going to do it, it has to be a full-blown contract that you have to get John Wick's people involved in. It needs to be in gold with blood and a fingerprint or something, right? Because you're not going to go and get busted by the FBI in some weird car sting in Tampa, Florida, like we all do. Not me, allegedly, right?
Right, not you, allegedly. Yeah.
No, allegedly not. English language. Where to be put the subject and the predicate? I do not understand all these rules. I'm just saying, John, if you're gonna take a hit on someone, you gotta make it clean. You can't, come on, John. Alleged.
So I don't really have the more detailed explanation of a fatwa. So my boy Pete, I know you know this. Just let people know for those who might not.
So a fatwa is a religious. It's like it's the same thing. God damn, John, it comes back. It lets us know how religion ties into business, ties into any kind of, it's just mind control of let me put a pyramid up and put me up at the top of it. So a fatwa is a religious hit. Basically, there is, this person has sinned against us and made a grievous error against our beliefs and our system. And so anyone who can actively kill this person is now getting all the, like, it's not the 99 virgins or Virginians.
Right, yeah.
That's the American one. Yeehaw! Ding, 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 ding. Hey, y'all gonna bring your banjos? I got 99 virgins, but none of them got a banjo. Jay-Z would be so upset. Stupid.
What's the number one reason why a fatwa is made on someone?
Against the Muhammad.
We said the word before. We talked about it just a little bit right before.
Blasphemy. It's the same thing. It's going against. Well, they say, but that is an open verb, but it's going against, saying something against Muhammad's teachings, which then people could interpret to whatever blasphemy means, whatever the world is.
Yeah, so blasphemy, as opposed to just like being, I don't like what you like. It's literally, in the eyes of people who consider it blasphemous, a sin against the higher being, against the God, against Muhammad, the prophet, against Jesus, the prophet, the Messiah, right? That has been used for centuries.
It literally feels like all those people take things literally to literal, like my boy John L. Peacock, and they're the John L. Peacocks of the world. Like, this is blasphemy, so therefore, like, don't be so literal about it, bro. Maybe it means something like, bro, you're super bad at fucking Madden 22. You're super bad. What do you mean I ain't bad? Bro, you can barely kick field goal from 15 yards away. What? What the good fuck are you? Okay, bro. Maybe we stop talking like this. It's very good that we all tried.
Well, I mean, you're talking about it right, because it's the literal thing. They take it so literally that it is literally a sin, and a sin worthy of death. The late Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini put it on his head, and then there was a $3 million bounty offered for his murder, and that has raised up to 20. What was it? 33 million? Is it at this point?
Yeah, I think it was around there, but it depends on what the currency translation rate is. It's all different. But I'm saying the Ayatollah Khomeini, that guy had badass funeral. When I want my pallbearers, I want them to lose me in the crowd of people. I want, woo! Like, dude, why are you at fucking EDC? Woo! We're gonna get him to the front. It's fucking Above and Beyond. It's his favorite show. And they get pissed and rip me out like, he's dressed like the Ayatollah? That's right, folks. Woo! And you're all dressed like Leslie Nielsen from the Too soon? Too soon.
Two-sided.
Two is enough.
So Rushdie immediately tried to be reasonable with what was happening. He said he, quote, I profoundly regret the distress that publication has occasioned to sincere followers of Islam. He said in '89 after the fatwa was put on his head. He also suspended the paperback release of the book, Satanic Verse. The Satanic Verse is his fourth novel, to let the dust settle. A move he said he later regretted because he was giving it.
Right? But John, hear me out at this point, because he did not know better at that point. This is what makes, here's the deal. You live in New York, you've been in some sketch situations, but you get in specific situations and you see how you react. Like, all right, am I gonna, okay, how do I react? It's like getting a gun pulled on you. So you get a thought on you.
Yeah.
Your first time, like, this is, someone has a gun to my head. Like, are you gonna be like, please don't, please, 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 I have a wife and kids, please, 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 right? Which is what he did, which we all should do, unless you know something or you see something, right?
Right.
Or unless it's not your first gun in your face. But now looking back, he's like, I wish I didn't do that. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, you've lived 20 years dodging a bullet, so you're goddamn invincible. You did not have the security you had in the 80s and 90s. You are too proud. You are not, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be, because you need to be, but at the same time, you've gotten to like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should have, yeah, but you should still, there's no reason, John. You, motherfucker, I'm always trying to tell you, I hope you don't have headphones in when you go on the subway or walking on the bus or fucking working the street corner. Get those other Johns. Like, hey, man, he hangs around the NYU campus like, hey, man, want me to grade your paper? You want me to do a thesis cover letter for him? Footnotes? Got footnotes.
Editor. E
editor. Hey, man, you want a thesis? First one's free. Super awful, right? I'm just saying, John. You get too comfortable in the things, and you need to be on a swivel. Because the world will get you, John. The world will get you. If you are making good moves in the world, it will fucking get you. If you are having too much fun, it will get you. If you have too much money in your pocket, it will get you. If you have just robbed an entire block and you have a small red flyer wagon full of loot, jewels, that has a clapper monkey on the top because you thought it was cute, and you pulled it through the subway, you will be gotten, John. Even if you think you won't. Truth bombs.
No, I get where you're coming from. It's keep your defenses up because the world's out to get you. There are things I could argue with that, but I'm not going to. I just
yeah. Keep your friends close, and your Rushdie's closer.
That's right. So since then, Rushdie has not apologized for creating art that offended the delicate sensibilities of religious people who can't seem to let God handle his own business. He's refused to cower in the face of so many calls to violence. That fatwa on his head is not an isolated one. As of 2019, some 40% of countries worldwide have blasphemy laws on the books. Writers and artists are fined, banned, banished, imprisoned, and silenced, both by state authority and by radicals who follow the ideals of the blasphemy laws beyond legal ramifications.
Oh, well, maybe this is not a good selling point or a good time to slip this one in, but when we're in the cult, we are definitely going to have fatwas, and none of you can play music in public unless it's approved by me, and I'm going to say I wrote it. So pretty much we're going to have a fatwa on intellectual intent that is other than mine. Welcome to the cult. Oh, God damn it. You ate your friend at church again, did you? You ate your friend at church. God damn it.
Hallelujah. So I got a Margaret Atwood response to the attack. It's an article. It's a bit long. I will skip, but I brought it all in to my research. So yeah.
I love you. I believe in you, John. I think you as an editor, you as an intellectual, is stronger than you as a person who thinks they can't read very good or do other things very good.
She was in '92 in Toronto doing a PEN Canada benefit, singing stupid parody songs to help writers in need. Ghost Writers in the Sky, If I Had Wings of an Agent, other stupid parodies. And then she was told that Salman Rushdie had been spirited into the country. He was about to appear on stage with Bob Rae, the Premier of Ontario, and the first head of government in the world to support him in public. This is '92.
I just want to let you know where I am, because I was hoping you were going to say Salman Rushdie rushed into the United States, spirited away. Spirit Airlines would be good.
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines would be a good flight. And there he was going to appear with Bob Marley and Tupac, the holograms that were both at Coachella. And you guys are going to go nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, Salman Rushdie! Salman Rushdie knows how to party. Salman Rushdie knows how to party in the city with all the fatwas. We keep it fatwa. We keep it fatwa. John, I can go on. Now let me welcome everybody to the Fatwa West. Well, Salman Rushdie think he's better, but we know he's the best. Okay, go ahead.
She was told that as a past president of PEN Canada, she was going to introduce him. She said, "Oh, okay," and she did. It was a money where your mouth is moment, and this is her words. And with the recent attack on him, so is this. Rushdie exploded onto the literary scene in '81 with his second novel, Midnight's Children, which won the Booker Prize that year. It was a historical scope and verbal dexterity that was breathtaking, and it opened the doors to subsequent generations of writers who might previously have felt their identities or subject matter excluded them from the movable feast that the English language, that is English language literature.
Okay, so I love that quote. If you have you read Midnight Children?
I have not.
You should, because it is a little bit, sometimes it gets a little bit wordy. To me, it feels a little Shakespearean, a little fucking Nathaniel Hawthorne, like, oh, you're getting paid by the word. It feels like it's very dense, but it's digestible. Like, the dense words are digestible. I mean, my only question is, like, is the punctuation right? Do I know about wrong senses? Just maybe I use more commas or subcolons or like, I'm in it. All right. I say all these things. I don't. I actively don't. But it made me. It's what you truly believe. How you grew up. What you. The idea of you have no place. You have no voice. You have no anything. But then his literary words of how he did it, as he described the culture that Middle Eastern culture of the, which is a great story. Like, and it wasn't as specific as the Satanic Chronicles
Versus.
the Book of Narnia. I forget. There's a lion, a witch, and a Rushdie. All right, a lion, a witch, and a Rushdie walk into a bar, right? The lion says, "Roar! You don't serve your kind." The witch says, "All the drinks are free." He says, "Ma'am, you're drinking for free." Rushdie goes to order, stab in the eye, sideways. Bum, 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 bum. Too soon.
So back to her quote. Suddenly, a huge number of writers and readers have long owed him a major debt. Suddenly, they owe him another one. He has long defended freedom of artistic expression against all comers. Now, even should he recover from his injuries, he is a martyr to it.
He is, John. And what I want you to pull away from this, if anyone I know in my entire life is going to be on any kind of literary tour where it's not a fucking music tour where the shit is crazy and there's always security everywhere. It's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go sign some books, the fucking women's books. It's going to be cool.
It'll be fine.
My boy John will not keep his head on a swivel. It's like, oh, it's fine. It's my second book. I'm like 2 degrees away from Kevin Bacon now. Pretty big deal. And then whack, 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 stab in the neck. So that's why I always have a retractable knife with me when I visit him. And I try to sneak up on him, in his bed, when he's sleeping, when he's making dinner, without walking around with headphones on. I like to stab him in the neck. You're dead, motherfucker. Keep your head on a swivel. My boy Pete. Ow. Security training.
You're like Detective Glousseau's faithful assistant who always jumps him in Pink Panther.
Okay, come at me anytime you're ready. I said, okay, not tonight. Tonight is not a good night. But I said, do not do it. Oh, I promise you. I will get shot in New York, or someone will have a hammer in their bag because they learned about my hammer trick from the podcast, and they support you when I try to stab you in the neck. I get like 2 stabs, and like, you're dead. And like, I get a hammer in the fucking clavicle. I'm like, oh, I was just teaching
It's not
lessons.
retractable. It's not retractable.
Right? Oh, I should have done CrossFit. Oh, I was a vegan before. Oh.
So to finish up her quote, after describing the attack, which we've already done, so I moved past that, she says, yet again, quote, that sort of thing never happens here, end quote, has been proven false. In our present world, anything can happen anywhere. American democracy is under threat as never before. The attempted assassination of a writer is just one more symptom. End of Margaret Atwood's quote.
Love her, love her, love her. Amazing writer, amazing thought, haver, drinker of water, writer of books. But, John, what this tells me truly, honestly, it's like when people, your good friends, right, come to a realization that you're like, the world's a little fucking different than you see it. You grew up in a different place, in a different, quote unquote, the wrong side of the tracks, and you find the wrong side of the tracks, like you see it a little differently. So when you're moving on up to the east side, oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea, any of that stuff, I know where I came from. I know what I've seen. And now the world is catching up with it. And people are writing like, oh my God, nothing is safe anymore. Motherfucker. Yeah, we weren't on vacation in your town, so it was safe. Anytime we went to a place, I could not travel with certain people up the coast. Like, this would be a crime drama. Like, statute of limitations, I can still talk about that because no one's heard. Allegedly. No,
Right.
Allegedly I could talk. Shit, see? English language, John. But I'm saying, what I see in a lot of these writings, a lot of the stuff, you see the music, you're like, oh my God, it can happen anywhere. Like, yes, you have not seen this for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Right.
Literally. John, and I like to say, I know people like it when I do, I'm gonna say it again, literally anything all the time.
Yeah.
And that can be good or bad. But it just goes to show the world is a fucking different place, bro. It is truly because everyone is leaning into everything. You know, you could, back in the 80s, 70s, there's no seatbelt laws. 80s, you could ride around the back of your parents' fucking window in the Cadillac. Put everyone in the back of the truck because it's fun. We got 12 kids. Come on, kids. Don't do shit like it. It was okay. But now everyone's like, oh. It's the same thing as like you're at the dunes. You go fucking big on a bike, or you go when you're skiing. You go, if you're thinking like, oh, I shouldn't do this, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do this, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna break your head. You're like, fuck it. You just go deep. It's like, it's gonna hurt less if you don't land, but you're 90% sure you're gonna make it. I'm like, I'm gonna make it. If you're always thinking, oh my God, we're all in that mind frame now. If nothing is okay, we're all now at the point where we now understand, no, we're not okay. And everyone's getting over that. The people who haven't lived a hard life, who don't see the fucking undercrust of the motherfucking world. Oh, you think the world is still round, you silly motherfuckers?
I mean, this is kind of the point where, yeah, the whole point of this is we as artists and writers can't get to the point where we are hesitating, where we are censoring ourselves, where we are stepping back, because that's what they want. That's the whole point of all this violence against us throughout the centuries. And what he has always done is defy that threat of violence. And it happened on him. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to put out a book next year, and it's going to offend people who are very sensitive to this kind of thing. So what? I'm not stopping. I'm not hesitating. Right. I'm jumping that dune with full power, and I'm going to make it because I am not afraid. Yeah.
Exactly. See, and that, bro, 100%. 100%. I think all artists need to do it. Anyone who considers themselves an artist, anyone who, whatever your media is, if you're media, if you're verbal, if you do podcasts, if you do shows, if you do live stage, if you do TV commercials, movies, fucking, if you want to fucking Patrick Swayze with me, like, I'll sit behind you, we'll do some goddamn clay. I'll do that medium. I don't give a shit. I'm just letting you know. I believe truly that everyone needs to fucking, and like truly what you're saying is like, yeah, no. Anyone who stops art is evil. Like this is a good line that you can say, okay, well, black and white. Are you stopping art? Okay, you're Dr. Evil. You have a fucking volcano in the middle of the ocean. that you are launching a missile from, and then we have to rappel down, fucking do a dance contest to set all the souls free, because that's what artists do. I'm trying to think of a way to do it, like the James Bond, Live and Let Die, and no, not Live and Die. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a lost cause, John. Anyway, fuck you, John. I adore you. I'm glad you're staying with me on this program. I'm glad that you understand things a little better and you're not as shocked and appalled. I feel like the world as a whole, as we all go through these last 3 or 4 years and understand how everyone has now seen the fucking dirty underbelly of society, everyone's reacting like my mother. What? Like, if I have to hear that one more time, like, motherfucker, do you understand what we're doing here? I'm living in the same world you are. But can you believe? Yes, I can. If you're not telling me that we're living Red Dawn and we have communists bombing our high schools, that we have to go to the mountains in Broncos, Patrick Swayze, and Charlie Sheen, then I just don't know what to do.
So a couple of reactions. Obviously, as the founding president of PEN America, the current CEO of PEN America, Suzanne Nozzle, said, quote, just hours before the attack on Friday morning, Salman had emailed me to help with placements for Ukrainian writers in need of safe refuge from the grave perils they face. Salman Rushdie has been targeted for his words for decades, but has never flinched nor faltered. He has devoted tireless energy to assisting others who are vulnerable and menaced, even to that point where he was attacked and could have been killed. Obviously, it was a very brutal attack, and it's so amazing that he's alive.
He didn't know he was going to get attacked.
Oh, of course, right.
No, John, then why was the email so amazing? It's
amazing because he didn't know. It's amazing because he didn't know. Because he's still doing that today.
No, he's not. He's covered in a hospital with an eye injury and no hand.
Okay, today I meant the day of his attack. Yeah.
Yeah, though the day of his attack, if he had said, like, hey man, you're gonna lose an eye and a hand and get some neck stabbies and have a tracheotomy that you don't want all in one day, he's like, I would like to go bowling and get pizza and fucked up tonight. Do you want to write about the Ukrainian writers? Like, no, I think they'll be okay. Let's get fucked up. They'll be there, right? Yeah, I'm going to get fucked up. I'm still getting stabbed. Let's get fucked up.
Sure, he would do that. Yeah, I totally believe that he would do what you would do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
Right? No, wait. John, are you saying I'm a bad person? Are you saying that you want to co-host this with Salman Rushdie? If I can get him, John, I'm very good at networking. Just put me in the room with someone, I can get a fucking number, bro. I'm very personable.
So this is for those listening live, because tomorrow, PEN America has announced an event in response to the stabbing. Stand with Salman. Defend the freedom to write. On Friday, August 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern, on the steps of the New York City Public Library, yes, the one used in the Ghostbusters movie, writers worldwide will stand in solidarity with Salman Rushdie and celebrate his extraordinary literary accomplishments, undaunted courage, and tireless advocacy for the freedom of expression in the plight of imperiled writers everywhere. And they're asking to join them. And it's also live streamed, so you can join them across the world. Go to pen.org for more information.
That's amazing, because I was looking at the same things. I was reading the same article, but I had a different take. And they said stand with salmon, and it was all the salmon trying to spawn in Alaska, and the bears trying to get them. So it's grizzlies eating them salmon, gov. And if you tune to that, that's live stream too. So I don't want to take away from your viewers, John, but you want to see them grizzlies getting them salmon, tune in there.
So once again, pen.org.
Grizzlies eating salmon.
Hey, let's hit these messages and move on, man.
Come on, buddy. I got shit to do.
Caesar! Caesar! What's blasphemy? It's not sounding like impressed.
Here's the deal. I need you to come. You send him to go live with John for like a week and a half, so you can understand what true empathy is. And then I need you to send him to Southern California after work, so he understands what fuck yeah means. And then when he comes back home and says, "Mom," says chainsaw at 11 o'clock at night, he says, "Shut up, Mom, I'm sleeping."
Ayatollah? The only Ayatollah I know of is the Ayatollah of rock and roller, baby. Ow!
Ayatollah rock and roller. Come on, don't be so slower, Johnny. Hey.
That's IRS training. The new Joe Biden IRS training video out now on Facebook.
Right. Shit. I just caught the last part. All right. Joe Biden, IRS training, fans only. I can't do it, Joe Biden. Can I do it? I can't do it. Can I? I don't do it, right? No, I can't. No.
We are obviously changing the world. Anybody who can't understand that, I mean, we are obviously changing the fucking world for the better. Aren't we? Are we?
Those who can change, those who don't, podcast. That's what I say.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Running. All right, John.
You ready?
No,
you ready for this?
I'm ready. Like you gained a lot of my respect, and you've lost even more. So let's start out.
Well, that leads us into our next lightning round.
Say something. I was just sleeping in there. Oh shit! Is it a lightning round? No, we're talking. We're about to start the show. Seems pretty late to start the show. Yeah, no, but we're. Hey, John!
I was at work late. We're starting late because of it, lightning round guy.
Seems a little suspect. I'm gonna go have some Captain Crunch. I'll be quiet and listen in the corner. See if you guys ask questions if you need me. I'm just eating breakfast. Okay, man.
Cool.
Oh, let's start the show. Like, let's start. I put there's no volume on the computer, so he just sees your face, and he reads lips like a motherfucker, but he's sitting behind. So, no, let's just start the show. The start.
Right. And at the start of the show, we want to thank our sponsors for the show. So, we'd love to just thank those who are sponsoring us with starting out with First Guards, First Amendment Bodyguards, First Guards.
First Amendment bodyguards. So I know a lot of the bodyguard industry, and I've been doing a lot of public service now, but I'm just unsure of which one I should be. So I'm a big fan of the seventh.
That freedom of speech, that whole thing that we've been talking about the entire time right now.
John, you should have said the First Amendment. Bodyguards. That's what I did. Good. Fair enough. I'm doing a lot of lobbying with the Second Amendment. And it was like, oh, these guys are a little bit fucking more hardcore. First Amendment bodyguards, folks. If anybody needs protection, it's anyone who stands behind the First Amendment. Why? Come on. We all know. We're the artists. We're the thinkers. We're the dreamers. We're the reason beyond the reason. But we can't fist fight to save our life. And that is where the First Amendment bodyguards come in and take a hard role. Oh, you want a book signing? What about that AK-47 over in the self-help aisle? Don't worry about it. We got it. Oh, you're winning a Pulitzer Prize? Don't worry about it. The sniper rifle up by the fucking balcony? Nailed it. You're safe. Good to go. Keep on talking your talk. With First Amendment bodyguards, you're going to be A-okay.
Thanks, First Guards. Next, it's actually a sister industry to First Guards, the dummy diversions. That's right. It's the dummy doll who speaks for you.
Okay, apparently I got the wrong script because the dummy doll who speaks for you. I was sold this product as the ultimate companion. So I'm not good at riffing songs, so I can just go off my original script and we can change it in a post that may be.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Yeah, totally.
Hey, fellas, do you like relationships? Yeah, me too. Do you like a lady laying close to you at night, feeling that warm embrace and letting you know all the things you've done wrong during the day? Oh, me too. Now, you don't have to worry about going to a bar, a grocery store, a goddamn Kegel exercise class. Are those things still? I don't know. I ain't been out much. I got my dummy doll who speaks for you. Not only am I owner, I'm also the founder. I've had my dummy doll since 1909. Nope, that was my grandpappy's. It was a block of wood. Anyway, he said, the less they talk, the more you feel bad. And then I gave him voice boxes. And then I felt even worse. You too can get yours today. Feel that support and all that angst. Dumb dolls, they'll speak for you.
Thanks, dummy diversion. We'll fix that. This next sponsor that we'd like to thank is actually quite a surprise. I double-checked, but they really wanted to sponsor us. Vermont's Straight Edge Vacations. That's right, where hiking is the only high you need.
I can't believe that it fucking worked. Hey, sometimes do you like to just get away because you've been too bogged down with the weirdness of life? All the drugs and alcohol. Well, worry no more. You come to Vermont Vacations Getaways. I forget what we called it. But we said this would use straight edge. Oh, no, that's what it was. Vermont Straight Edge Vacations. That's what it was. We're so dumb. You'll hike for 2 days, and then we will not try to sell you 3.5 grams of marijuana for $500. We do not take Venmo. We will not give you a small pass chip that you can put in our readers like they do on cruises. Watch out. Night 7 is not Molly night. You will have to get a second mortgage.
Thanks so much, VTS_E vacays.
Those guys are the worst, man.
They are the worst. Yeah, they're sponsored. Okay, and finally, thank you so much to Cuddle Buffaloes, the guys who give us the emotional support. Buffalo, thank you. It's awesome.
Shit, John. And that the one thing I was like, I don't like a lot of our ads, a lot of our sponsors. I think we do, but I know they sent you 2 Cuddle Buffaloes, and you had to forward one to me, so I know you have one. I wasn't sure. I'm like, how are you going to ship a buffalo in a 5x5 box? And I was like, when you cut it open, it just expands and it's super cuddly. Granted, I don't have anything that is of any value. Someone breaks into my house, I'm out like $74, right? Not a problem. So having a buffalo here, god damn, and it's so cuddly. You try to watch TV, it wants to sit on your lap. Like, I'm actually in, well, you can't see them sitting down. They look like polio braces. It's not polio. It's not a new comeback. It's literally my leg crushed by the Cuddle Buffalo. But I let you know, you get excited and say, get to bed, Buffalo. And he'll go jump on the bed and he'll lay there quietly. And then you give him his treats, 17 bags of apples. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And you cuddle with the buffalo. It's delightful, the lovely, the glorious. And I highly do recommend it to everybody to listen. That's the Cuddle Buffalo. You're welcome.
Thanks, sponsors. We appreciate you. And because I haven't said this in a while, there's more Two-Sided out there. That's right. We are currently recording each episode of the Two-Sided podcast live on the Stereo app every Thursday starting at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, which is also live streamed on our YouTube channel, Two-Sided Podcast. We're on Instagram and Twitter, both at Two-Sided Pod, TWO Sided Pod. And we got that Gmail for anyone to suggest a topic or to come into our Tuesday open chat stereo shows, twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO Sided Pod at gmail.com.
Okay, I mean, I got the email address. That was TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. But what were the days and times of the shows? Because I didn't catch that. My Cuddle Buffalo was getting all fucking frisky. He's like, it's time for bed. I was like, nay, Buffalo, not yet. What time? When?
Well, that's our podcast is live Thursdays starting at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. And it's live streamed on our YouTube channel, Two-Sided Podcast, TWO Sided Podcast.
All right. And it's great that you said that and you're very proud of yourself, but the whole thing was Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays also at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. But John, you're literally halfway there. It's like your Cuddle Buffalo cuddle on your brain and you're an idiot now. So think harder before you talk.
Finally, our podcast has gone viral. You can listen to Two-Sided on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and wherever you get your podcasts. We'd love if you follow and rate us on those platforms. And while you're rating us, you might as well give us a 5 stars. It doesn't hurt you. It only helps us. And also subscribe and hit that alert on YouTube. We thank you kindly.
Yeah. And if you have any small potatoes that you like to say words about, and if you like to talk about looking at our bugs, you can do that. We take you kindly, and also doesn't hurt you, only hurts us. And folks, this was an inside joke because John cannot not say his like he cannot not say, come on, folks, give us that 5-star review. Doesn't hurt you, only helps us. We thank you kindly. And I was like, on Thursdays, you can tune in on the Spotify, on the YouTube, where you can see our beautiful mugs. Like, John, all of the words you say make me sick to my stomach. I need you to think with your brain and not your buffalo cuddler.
Well, speaking of that, we're going into our final segment of the episode. How about a shot there before we get started with some fun?
I thought you'd never ask because it's not going to be fun. I've been waiting to drink. We're a million miles from nowhere. No one will hear your screams, John. You're on your fucking own. Let's do some goddamn drinking. Ready? Cheers. Thanks everyone for listening.
Cheers, brother.
Bing, bing, bing.
We're going to talk about the American buffalo.
Worst. Like, bro. Okay, before we get into that, I want like you're like, oh, maybe the reverse two-sided. When you gonna do research, when you like, I need to write down my vitriol in the moments of vitriol. So like, oh, I can research these topics. My vitriol is like, I want to know what you think fun is. And I want to do a deep dive in who hurt you, and who broke you. Because that's not fun. John, the American buffalo, you're going to say Buffalo Bill Cody. You're going to get into that. We're going to talk about fucking show tunes. We're going to talk about fucking circus acts, John. I don't like any of it. We're going to talk about how the fucking native people they respected and were able to live off the land, and then they couldn't anymore. And that's one of the reasons why they had to go to fucking reservations. John, is this fun to you? Buffalo cuddler? You son of a bitch. All right. Nope. I'm listening. All of a sudden, John goes to Michigan. He learns about the fucking Indians and he thinks about he knows some shit. John, I'm 1/18 fed up with your belief that you know about Native Americans on my grandma's side.
She was a princess.
Also fed up with your bullshit too on my grandma's side. Anyway, let's have fun and talk about the American buffalo. Jesus Christ, John. How much is the thing? How are we still going after you? Oh, that's right, because no one listens except for these goddamn amazing people.
Which we thank you so much for doing so. But my boy Pete, you're in Southern California.
Thank you kindly.
Hey, you're not far from Catalina Island, which is one of the refuges of the American buffalo, one of the great places that holds them.
Bro. All right, I'm gonna give you a little fucking. Before, it was probably 9 years ago. Before I had friends with boats, like who had boats and slips, and even now the friends with boats, like, but at least I have people with boats, like,
right.
Put me on the dock, and I'm very good at networking. Like, 9 years ago, there was they put a thing out in Southern California that the buffalo population was too big on Catalina. They said, if you can come over and you can take the buffalo back, you get a free buffalo. And I was like, you guys, how many rowboats we need to get 8 buffaloes? I want to have 8 buffalo. Because if one dies, I'm going to be like, 7 buffalo lonely. Because I have a whole song about 7 buffalo I want to sing. So 8. Anyway, I was like, if we're not going to do that, we're all going to drown. Like, as long as 7 buffalo make it back, I don't care if you live or die. I'm like, we're not doing it. It's like, all right, fair enough. But literally for like 2 months, anyone in Southern California, anyone in California who could get a boat to Catalina and load a buffalo, you could take that buffalo home. I was like, I'm going to have 2 because I'll eat the first one on the way back. I'm so hungry.
Carve up what you want and ride the rest home.
Giddy up. I'll have mine raw, wipe its ass, and walk it past the fire.
So the American buffalo, which is technically more accurately called bison today, because we'll get into that, once roamed North America in vast herds.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, it's great because yes, they did, but that John says we're going to get into that. Why buffalo are called bison? If that is a point we're going to get into, like, Jesus Christ, he's going to read so much and he's not going to pick up from it. It's going to be great.
Oh, wait, I forgot. You hate that phrase. We're not really going to get into it. I just have a quote, a little factoid about it a little bit later. So why did I say that? We're not going to get into anything. Anyway, so it's believed that the buffalo crossed over a land bridge that once connected Asian and North American continents. They slowly moved southward. Right. Yes.
Asia.
Yes, the continent of Asia and the continent of North America. I said Asian and North American continents. Whatever. Weirdly worded. Continents. Buffalo slowly moved towards southward through the centuries, eventually reaching as far as Mexico and as far east as the Atlantic coast, extending south to Florida.
Right, and that's when O.J. Simpson started playing for him and won the Super Bowl as the best running back. Right, Buffalo? That was before
MVP.
Before the Mackins.
MVB, right? Yeah, most valuable Buffalo.
Yeah. How could he even have killed him? Buffalo can't even hold knives. They don't even have opposable thumbs.
They're hooked. Aha! If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
There you go. I want to see a meme of Johnny Cochran hugging a buffalo. Oh, thank you so much.
Right.
Not Spock, John. You cloven hoof motherfucker. You're like Satan or a goat.
The largest herds were always found in the plains and the prairies, from the Rocky Mountains east to the Mississippi River, and from the Great Lake in Canada to Texas.
Folks, we're just about to write a song here. From the Rocky Mountains to the Great Lakes, Texas. All the time we didn't know how we had made the X's. And all the O's we didn't even know. But we're drinking them slow for the buffalo.
There you go.
We're hoping to get picked up. At least we're going to be on it. John, I also put us in for AGT next season. Like, I need you to. We're going to go to New York first, then we're going to go to Chicago, and then we're not going to get in, so we're going to go to LA. 3. I'm not going to Texas. We'll get shot there.
What about Toronto?
No, I can't. Because I would spend my whole day eating poutine, and I'm not going to risk it.
So, as I said, bison is technically the correct term for the mammals in North America. I love this. Their full Latin name is bison, bison, bison.
All right, folks. Tonight, at the opening whiskey, the pre-show for Grandma's Libido is bison, bison, bison. We had to reinforce the stage because every one of these motherfuckers is 2,700 pounds. Let's hear it for them. But don't clap too loud, they get spooked by sound.
Bison, bison, bison. Okay, you know I'm a literary nerd, and this is so funny because this is completely unrelated, but the longest sentence you can do with one word repeated over and over again is buffalo. Not bison, buffalo. So their Latin term is bison, 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 and the phrase is buffalo, 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 buffalo. Period.
Right, no, the phrase is right, but if you say
complete sentence.
No, No, complete sentence. But if you say, and you go to the bathroom, turn on the lights, and say Buffalo, 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 you will be taken to the Super Bowl game in 1988. And you'll be like, oh my God, this is pre-stabbing. And it's like,
The juice is
weird.
on the loose.
Right? It's like, Ziggy. He's like, all right, there's a 64% chance you're going to need to get drunk and paint your chest. Ziggy, I need better chances than this. All right, fuck it. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. And you're back in the bathroom. Ziggy didn't want to take a chance.
That's right. Screw Ziggy. You know what? I'm not even going to explain it. Hey, if you want to find out why that's the complete sentence, find out.
There you go. Good. See, you're reading the room, John. You're doing good.
Right.
Like, I appreciate everything you're doing, even though I hate you as a person. Go on.
So, according to TNC scientists, true buffalo are confined to Africa and Southeast Asia. That's why the American buffalo is technically this land. Anyway, full-grown bison bulls stand about 6.5.
Whoa. Let's just stop there, John, because right now, in the world we live in, you're going to fucking subject my buffalo because of the regions we live in. You're such a regionalist.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. Like, we know them as buffalo. And they're like, well, technically, they're only bison.
Yeah, but here's the deal. If I put your buffalo, my buffalo, and those buffalo into the buffalo show, and we shook the pot, no one knows the buffalo. Where to go, John?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Buffalo.
There you go.
So I love it's even created the why we call it the American buffalo, because we're like, yeah. It's like American champagne. We can call it whatever we want. We can do what we want.
Freedom fries, motherfucker.
So full-grown bison bulls can stand about 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder and can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. So full ton, not metric ton, a full ton.
Oh yeah. That was like my cousin. He just kept growing. They kept feeding him like coleslaw and potato salad. It's like, motherfucker, you get big. I was like, you're gonna play for Notre Dame. He's like, I am the defensive line for Notre Dame. Like, fair enough.
Okay.
Join it.
So they will eat wildflowers and other forbs, as they call them, but they prefer young, tender grasses and can consume more than 30 pounds of grass per day.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. If you go to that the standingwithsalmon.gov, you can see some of the grizzly bears will eat at least 25 to 30 pounds of sockeye salmon a day, and you can watch them do it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but that's salmon. Have you ever mowed a lawn and then picked up the grass in a trash bag?
John, how do you
get to 30 pounds?
Have you ever held a gold bar and said, is this 30 pounds? I said, yep. And you stole it? Because it's the same thing. Weight is weight is weight. It doesn't matter. We're not doing terminal velocity. We're not in a vacuum.
No, I have not done that. Allegedly.
Allegedly, I have not told you those things. Allegedly. That's how you get in trouble. Man. All right. The only reason I talk about this is because I did a deep dive in statute. That's going to be the reverse two-sided. We're going to talk about the statute of limitations for the reverse two-sided.
There you go.
I feel like that's a good, and we'll talk about that as a fun concept.
I was going to say, is that fun or serious?
It's fun as a motherfucker if you play it right. John, you rampant deviant, you goddamn transient. How dare you?
Did you know that buffalo can jump 6 feet vertically and more than 7 feet horizontally?
Yep.
And they can run up to 35 miles an hour.
Yes. Have you not seen any of the Yellowstone attacks of buffalo, of stupid tourists in the last 8 months? It's one
Hey,
of
bro,
my
we'll
favorite
get
things
into
to
that.
watch. Hey, can we get into that? You're an idiot. I want to shake you like a baby. Like, he just wouldn't stop crying. That's why I just shake him. You severed his spine. Took enough time.
So the bison was named the state mammal of Oklahoma in 1972 and the national mammal of the United States in 2016. We love them. We love the American buffalo. It's in our folklore. It's in our veins, man.
No, fuck that. For me, they didn't ask me. I didn't vote for it. I voted. If they would ask me, I was the narwhal. A seal-like creature with a walrus tusk on its head.
It doesn't even come near North America.
No, but I have 2 in my bathtub, John. And I was like, Sheila, Terry, you guys want to be the national mascots? And that's why they're here, John. We got them residency. They went to community college last year. They're both registered narwhal nurses. You don't tell me they come around here. Go ahead, John. Tell me when they don't come.
Well, when they don't come is their history of being entwined with the plight of the Native Americans in American West.
Here we go.
Right.
Here we go. Here's the fun part. This is where John's like, hey, let's talk about the American buffalo and the fun plight of the Native Americans in the American West as we were developing. I can't wait. Hey, John, swing this one. And also, I'm letting you know, probably don't read everything. Probably sum up like, oh, okie dokie, I'm feeling the room because it's not a good, fun, nice topic. Giddy up, Taro.
Yeah. So just as with the story of Salman Rushdie to this point, they came through and were resilient, right? So let's just get that out there. That's where we can still have
the buffalo,
the American buffalo, baby, the bison.
Okay. So you just said that you talked about the Native Americans first. And
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, right. Totally. You're right. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I get it.
No, I need you to literally think about what you're doing, because remember, like, we're not reading, and this is how we feel the room, and you already off on a wrong foot. You're doing good. I see where you're going, but in clarification, I feel like I'm talking with my dad.
Because of the connection of the American buffalo to so many native tribes for ritualistic purposes, for food especially, and so many other reasons, the westwards to wagons, the what is it, eminent domain?
Yes.
Caused us to want to kill the buffalo en masse, and they even hired William Buffalo Bill Cody who was hired by the Kansas Pacific Railroad to hunt the bison. And in his case, it was to feed the rail laborers of the railroads. The railroads greatly accelerated the death of the buffalo because we could just get out there. But some people didn't use their meat for feed. They actually just were on the railroads and popping off on the trains, just popping off buffaloes as they were going past, and nothing else happened. So it was just a complete waste. It was just a massacre.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of the things that went through because Cody did use it for food fuel for the railroad, for the workers. But at the same time, all the people who were there then started seeing, oh, I can use the tusk, the hide, and the hooves and the teeth, and I can use the testicles, and I can use all these different things I can use, and they don't want this. Railroad doesn't want this, so I can take all these things and I can sell them, I can make money. And then the railroad started keeping things, or Cody started doing that, and it was like no one could take stuff, like, but then they were so plentiful you could just go out cool and do that. Like, it's the same thing. It's like, no, it's I can't even make a joke about it. It's like going to Brooklyn and seeing all the gingers. Like, you know what? I can just there's one. And shoot them down. I take their hide. And I take their liver. And I give their meat to the subway to help all the subway hammers.
Yeah, the American military commanders ordered troops to kill buffalo just on the railroad, on the trains as they were going by. So that was an official sanctioned massacre.
Come on, John. Like, this is not fun.
So in 1905, zoologist William Hornaday formed the American Bison Society to recreate more wild herds. Theodore Roosevelt persuaded Congress to establish a number of wildlife preserves. With their help and private bison owners, the society was able to stock a number of preserves and parks. This organization supplemented the existing herds of about 20 bison that lived in the newly formed Yellowstone National Park.
Okay, great. Yellowstone National Park, because Teddy Roosevelt signed it up because we know about national parks, and that's what he did. He was camping with the guy who showed him what nature was. Buffalo were that bad. But let's go back a beat and a half. He said private buffalo owners, John, is what you said.
Yep.
So what I want to know is what would one have to do to become said private buffalo owner? Because a cuddle buffalo, I know we did this now. I'm with it. I saw an ad for a hippo. I was like, I just want to have the water. We're in a drought here in Southern California. But buffalo? Oh, I got room for buffalo. I got buffalo room for days, bro.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get into that later.
No, I'm not. Great question. And the direct answer is in Montana, there was a very wide estate that had a number of buffalo on them. When the amount of buffalo in the wild was so small that they were the ones to help re-establish the existence of buffalo in North America, in the United States. And so it was just because they were on their range and they didn't allow anyone to kill them. And these were the buffalo that survived and were able to help replenish the population.
It's like the Netflix show, Love at First Buffalo.
That's right.
Right. It's Buffalo Island. Okay. No, I see. They did the early timey version about that. Now we're biting off their shit. I'm with you. They're all good shows, and God bless the buffalo.
And really, you know, a shout out to Yellowstone, the show, because it does talk about that, which was a historical event. The buffalo would be gone if it weren't for a couple of ranchers, not that fictional family, but a couple of ranchers in Montana and Wyoming helped to save the buffalo population.
Right. No. So I like how you said shout out to the show, but everything about it is wrong. But the thing is, so you need to understand what shout outs are? No, you're an idiot.
Fictional history.
No, you're an idiot. Shout out would be shout out to the ranchers who did this, which reminds me of the show. So shout out to the show, which is not real. It has no relevance. It doesn't do anything.
And screw those nameless ranchers.
I watched this show. You guys like Kevin Costner? Have you seen The Postman or Waterworld? Pretty sweet. You're an idiot. Go ahead.
Touched by an angel? No, that's not it. Okay.
Come on, hurry up. I got shit to do.
In 1967, bison numbers were controlled by the park, and their population was limited to about 397 specifically. They adopted a new policy that year in 67 of minimal management, and no killing or disease control was done. So the population increased. They lived to up to 25 years old. They breed really quickly. So that's why they were so big before. And they were able to just breed. 1990s, they had more than 4,000.
Holy shit. Is this what you're telling me? That you are part buffalo? Is that what you're saying? That you identify as Buffalo? He, him, Buffalo? Is that what you're saying? I say Johnny, Tatanka. I don't know, man. I'm trying to anticipate because you keep on reading. Go ahead.
So they're currently about between 150,000 and 200,000 bison throughout North America. But in early 19th century, the population estimates were between 30 and 60 million. They were so massive that they shook the ground and sounded like thunder in the distance, which distance thunder, the art, was created by Michael Coleman and first exhibited on May 10th, 2019. It's a 3,500-pound bronze sculpture of an American buffalo that took over a year to create. It was donated to the Golden Spike National Historical Park in 2019 and in commemoration of the 150th anniversary of driving the last spike of the Transcontinental Railroad.
Right, which reminds me a lot of the great thing when Thunder Rolls, which was the Garth Brooks album from 1994, because Thunder Rolls, John, burn, burn, burn. Thunder Rolls, and the Thunder Rolls.
So these days,
does it highway, Cleveland in her hair. No, that's fucking Hotel California.
Hotel California, man.
Warm of Cletus. Nope, Cletus. The warm smell of Cletus? Cletus, get in here. I smell your warm smell. All right, I'm coming into the Hotel California. It says Cletus. Warm smell in the air.
As the thunder rolls.
Thunder roll. Right, go ahead.
So these days, the buffalo are enacting their revenge, one tourist's dumb decision at a time.
Here we go. Come on, John. Get to it. Come on. We already talked about it. So get to it.
So August 8th of this year at Yellowstone National Park. This is one that was not killed. No, a couple of brown furred bison locked horns in the middle of the road, prompting visitors to stop their vehicles until two old visitors got real close and everyone else screamed, "Back up! They will kill you!" And fortunately, they got away in time because there probably was the car in between them. But they were like 5 feet from fighting buffalo.
So people were yelling like, "Buffalo, get back! The old people will kill you." So you can't trust octogenarians in America? Or were you saying it differently? Were you saying they were yelling at the octogenarians because the buffalo will kill you? Because, John, you were not very clear with your English language. The fucking literary god you are. I'm just letting you know I'd be more scared of old people than buffalo.
So, the bison are one of the most unpredictable animals in Yellowstone and have injured more people there than any other animal, according to park officials. A 2018 study shows that 25 people, 21 visitors, and four employees suffered bison-related injuries at Yellowstone between 2000 and 2015. The youngest victim was 7 years old, while the oldest was 68. And 13 of them were women, but of the 21 visitors...
Come on, you're an idiot. Come on. Like, you're doing statistics we don't care about. These are the things we gloss over when we're doing the things we have to do. 21 were children, 48 were women, all the ones were injured, all the things, like, we don't fucking care. John, because the park rangers will only give these statistics. They don't want you to know about the velociraptor attacks. So you're doing all these things that are not funny and are not great and are not, but they're so specific. It feels like my mom sending me pictures of my dad's injuries. Just uncalled for and just shown to me in the middle of the night. Like, what the fuck is this? John, I don't need these facts in my head. You've actively, physically raped my ears. You've physically put information in my head I don't want there, and I need you to stop.
Okay. So knowing that they kill more people than bears each year, they just remain more than 25 yards away from any buffalo. don't get close. I was in Yellowstone a couple years ago, and people were like getting up in their business. They weren't doing anything. They were just eating some grass, but they were just stupid about it. And that's what causes all these injuries. They're wild animals.
Have you been watching the news for the last 2 months, 3 months, John? You have? So you watched this, but not the other things. Because now there are people who are getting federally prosecuted when they get attacked.
Yeah.
So John, we don't need to talk about all the bullshit. We don't need to talk about the youngest, the oldest, and how many were identified as a fucking ginger. That's it.
Just don't be stupid. Don't be stupid around the buffalo. They're dangerous. They're unpredictable. They can gore you. To finish this out, that's it about the attacks. Yeah.
Oof. No. Literally how you're feeling right now, how you understand how I'm feeling, how you're responding. I want you to feel this way. We're like, all right, 17 children, 48 women. They were 94% women, but all above the age of 62. I want you to feel this way. We're like, okay. When you're trying to say those things to yourself, like, shut the front door, John. Like, I need you to understand that.
Okay, I get it.
No, you don't.
Why this is fun to me is because the buffalo has always consumed our fascination, especially here in the United States. Right? There's a city named after mine. Okay, if not yours, mine and many other people.
String theory. Albert Einstein, Buffalo. He was a cat
Bill
from a fucking different planet. So all the things that John
went to Europe.
I think we consume all these things. John, you cannot say that we do this when you say I think this and we do this. Like, no, you cannot say. You cannot say.
There's a bit of evidence to show that there is a big fascination with the buffalo, man. You can't deny that. The evidence.
No, because we killed it so much, because it was in our society, because it was such a part of society. We were not obsessed with it. We were not smart. Like, all right, what should we call this town? Broken knee. Why? I broke my knee there. What should we call this town? Buffalo. Why? Shit ton of buffalo. What do we call this one? Intercourse. Why? I done fucked a buffalo here. Thanks, Pennsylvania.
You have to go through intercourse to get to paradise. That is true. Okay, so many private herds have boosted the buffalo. You got to go through paradise to get to intercourse.
Preach. Thank you very much.
Many private herds have boosted the buffalo's overall population over the years. And with the present herd numbering around, like I said, 200,000 buffalo in all, they're not as large as those millions that once ranged North American continent, but they are large enough to ensure the continuation of the American buffalo for generations. So they were close to extinction. They were less than 1,000 strong, and they came back in a beautiful way. Isn't that fun?
Oh, it's great. It's just like my brain cells. We were less than 1,000 when John was in the midst of his stupid buffalo talk. But now that we're done, I feel like they're growing in number. I feel like we're regenerating. I feel like there is a future, maybe on a Tuesday, maybe on a Thursday, maybe even after the fucking show. Oh, you're right, John. It is fun when stupid does not win. You're right.
Let's get these messages and get out of here.
What's up, everybody? My man, Pete, John L. Peacock, how are you guys? Out here still doing the damn thing. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I see Cuthbert and Angela Cares. You know, it's like a flip-flop. It's like, oh my God, you guys are up there, they're down there. What the fuck? Yeah, you guys are doing like a crossover show, I heard. Like, oh shit, it's about to be crazy.
You know, if you do it right, sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on bottom. It just depends on what the conversation's about and where you lie. That's what I'm saying.
Hello, YOLO. I hope you feel
shit. YOLO!
here no more
You
because
are here.
I kinda don't really have time for.
Oh, you didn't have time before.
I'm really sorry
You
because
didn't have time before.
travel so much and I
Whoa.
always do something and uh currently I'm moving out so
Where?
every stuff I don't know where
Stay.
are my stuff so it's a
I
bit
got that.
right now. I know
Got
it's
that.
holidays but it's not really holidays because every day is something.
Right?
But I'm glad that your podcast is still on and that you're still alive. And I hope
Sweet.
you're doing well. And yeah,
YOLO. That's our girl. Like, she's good at typing people from Slovakia, John, right? See, I'm geographically inept, but I remember words. Girl, I love my Eastern European friends. I'm letting you know, you were one of the few people, and I'm pretty sure we've had our Eastern European because John sends who's logged into our Spotify, who's the followers. Like when I got South Korea, when I got China, I was like, yeah, Eastern Europe. And like the first one was like, that's my girl, YOLO, YOLO, Bobo. And then I got like a 2%er. Like, she told a friend. I don't know if that's someone she's dating. I don't know if it's her friend or her friend's friend, but we got 2 or 3. Like, someone did that shit. Yeah. That's our girl. Anyone who's out there.
I'm surprised like you have a podcast at 7 a.m. in the morning, like in my morning. Like I was like, whoa. And I was so
7 a.m.
surprised. And I don't know why am I awake because I'm awake from 5 a.m. and I was traveling from the city, so I'm kind of tired. But that's not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to ask if you managed to create the PO box. If yeah, that's great. Please let me know.
Oh, you had it. Oh. No, not yet. It's my fault. It's not my boy Pete's fault. It's my fault. I haven't created it yet. I know you're awesome. I'm the worst. Man, I was on mute the whole time because I was going through the messages and my whole stupid thing that I got going on. So, what up, YOLO? So good to hear from you. I wasn't saying like Pete was, but I want you to know it wasn't him alone. You're awesome. You're one of our OGs. Thank you so much for coming back. It's so great to hear your voice again. But yeah, yeah, you went there. Oh, fine. Okay, fine. I'll look. Okay, fine. All right, fine. I'm going to get a PO box. Okay, fine. Sorry, me. It's not you.
No, the things we do, John, the things we've done in life, the amount of money we spent on stupid shit for just ideas and thoughts and fun things. It's nothing. The amount of money we have spent for a PO box and you refuse to do it and put in your name because you think I'm going to send fucking bombs to it. You think I'm going to try to blow you up. Yes, I will send SARS to your PO box to see if you open them. Whatever.
But
that's not a reason
to be afraid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was the first Slovak girl here because everybody's like, oh my god, someone from Slovakia. Like, what is the country? And yeah, you remember, right?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying, I keep it real. Girl, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm glad you're done with school. I'm glad if you're not done with school, I'm glad you're moving out and you're going to the city, you're doing things like, and I know how that is when you're moving, when you're doing shit like, it's a little iffy. You can't. It's hard to put your hands on everything you need. It's like, all right, where's my alcohol? Where's my bong? Where's my phone? Those are, but like, oh, my bong's not here. Shit, where's my fucking rolling papers? No rolling papers, you guys. Everyone in the store. We have to figure this out.
So the sources for this episode of Two Sided have been the first segment, Pan America, The New Yorker, The Guardian, and USA Today. Second segment, PBS, National Park Service, The Daily Mail, nature.org, legendsofamerica.com, and Smithsonian Magazine.
That's awesome, John. My credits have been Sailor Jerry, Chronicles of Narnia, Legends of Zelda, and I can't believe it's not better.org.
Pete, is there anything before we go from this episode that you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's
You think you
Retraction
know me,
Corner.
John? Sorry. No, you finish. You finish first. Go ahead. Say, this is Pete's. Go ahead. No. Oh, wait. Shh. Away from your cue. Away from your cue line. Go ahead. Try it again. Pete, is there anything? You start that. Shh. Away from your cue line. Go.
Hey, my boy Pete, from this episode, is there anything you'd like to take a second look at, a second glance, a second opinion, a second thought? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
Oh, you think you fucking know me, John? That's what we call dovetailing, where you get in there right after because you don't want to drive a truck through those open scenes. John, I'm a goddamn professional all the way through, and I feel like you are a troglodyte. I feel like you need to come to my acting classes, the acting classes of life, John. You are more learned. You are more distinguished. You probably have a better liquor collection because you don't fucking drink your fucking Cavassier all the time. Whatever. You're not better than me. I'm just saying. John, I could be the reason you're Rushdie, a writing university. It's Rushdie week. Hey, do you want to come and talk about freedom? We have more universities over here. It's Rushdie week. Okay. Hello. So chug. No, but no, I'd like to take all that back because no, I don't want to because maybe I can get a follow-up. And I either want to die in a horrible bus crash that I'm driving with a bus full of hostage nuns, not real nuns who are dressed as nuns from the fucking heist that I stole them from when they thought they were getting away, or from a follow-up. So leave that one in, but also maybe take it out. 3, 2, 1, follow-up.
I actually really appreciated the earlier time that you mentioned the Rushdie week. That was nice. That was good. I'm glad you brought it back. Probably wasn't the best workshop you've ever had, but like, there's something there.
Thanks, buddy. I try my best. Like I'm really working with, like, I'm loosey-goosey. I'm shooting from the hip. From the time we started the show, I want you to know, I want everyone to know, I shoot from the goddamn hip. I am halfway on my right line when we start. I have no recollection when we end. No, I do. I mean, I really do, because oh shit, it's time to go to work. I gotta fly a flight out of here in like 6 hours.
You do shoot from the hip, just like Buffalo Bill.
No, he was all fucking scopes. I'm letting you know. He only did from the hip when he was in the circus. Okay. I want you, John, if you want to go both. I was like, oh, are you doing Buffalo Bill? Because I could do a whole fucking thing on Buffalo Bill. They wrote a musical with him in it. I was like, that's not real. That's fucking real, John.
You gonna get your gun there, Annie?
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't.
No,
yes,
you
I
can't.
can. No, you can't. Yes,
no, you can't.
No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You didn't know the song, so I stopped you from trying to sing along.
No, yeah, never mind. Hey, let's do a shot and get out of here, buddy.
Yeah, no, you're the worst. You should be destroyed. You're the reason animals eat their young, John.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
I like how you still said I shouldn't do it, and then you couldn't help yourself. Do you realize what you do? You realize?
I was going to give a horrible, lecture-like explanation. That's what I stopped myself from. I just gave a little flair. That's it. A little flair to end it all.
Remember how the jokes finish, and you're like, I can put a button on this. I'm like, remember how we talked about this, and you're still fucking growing the beard and the hair and think that everyone believes in it. Remember that? It's not happening. Not from this side of this world.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Cheers to you.
Yeah, I swear to God, John, I'll come at you. Cheers.
We have our open chat show live on stereo every Tuesday, same start as tonight. So if you want to join us or you want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO sidedpod@gmail.com. Oh, we got one more message.
I know we have some email messages. I don't have access to the password, but I know that we have some because I heard Chainsaw crying for help last night.
That she was sending
seriously, thanks for laughs, gentlemen. It's been fun.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
I appreciate you listening, man. We're a goddamn fucking conglomeration of stupidity. And none of us can be as stupid as all of us, and that's what we believe in.
And for those listening live, join us on the Stereo app in our green room right now. Let's go 30 after the hour. I changed it to 40, but I'll bring it back for after show wind down. That's a wrap for tonight.
Say the word again because I didn't hear what you said. You turned out
30 after the hour in about 6 minutes.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining. And that's a wrap for tonight.
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
We're going to do Hi, I'm Later. If you don't know, then you don't know.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcast and join us live both on our YouTube channel, Two Sided Podcast, and the Stereo app every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the for serials and the for funsies. Here on Two Sided.
You're the active worst. When you say it like Pete. That, and no, I don't love you anymore. You say these words and the things, and you say these subjects, and you make me so angry. God damn it! And then you play. All right, I'll see you in the green room, folks. I need your support in the green room. See you there quickly. God damn it. Yeah, because I didn't hear what you said. Turned out. 30 after the hour.